Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing with you my entire handbag collection, which I purchased pre-loved. I'm a huge proponent of buying bags pre-loved. I love being able to search for the best discounts, so I cannot wait to share all of my bags with you, but I'm also going to be sharing all of my top tips and giving you some insight on how to navigate the world of buying bags pre-loved. Some of the topics that I'll touch on are authenticating bags yourself, making sure you know what to look for, how to identify sellers that are potentially fraudulent, buying vintage bags, and I'm also going to be talking about how to find bags at the best price point. I have 23 bags to share with you, so I'm actually going to take you over to my bag shelf behind me, and I'm going to show you all of them, and then I saved 7 of them that I'm actually going to talk through in depth, so I can go through all of my tips and tricks with you and share the awesome deals that I got on these 7 bags. So if you're interested in all of that, please stick around. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Alyssa, and I have a blog called The Gal's Guide, and I come on here and I review my luxury and contemporary handbags. So if you love handbags as much as I do, you should definitely consider subscribing down below. Hit that little red button. I would love to have you join this little community with me here. And to my current subscribers, thank you so much for being here. I'm so grateful for you, and I genuinely love chatting with you in the comments down below. All of your likes, all of your comments, and all of your support means the absolute world to me. That being said, let's get into the video. So I'm going to flip you around and we're going to go through the shelf, and then I will come back and we'll talk through the top 7 and all of the tips. So we're going to start at the bottom of my shelf and work our way up. So this is one of the bags that I bought pre-loved. This is no longer made, limited edition Gucci. I bought this from the Real. Really love her. The next bag is a vintage. So this bag I bought from Whatnot. Obviously they no longer make this. This is a collectible piece. This is from the Takashi Murakami collection, and it's absolutely beautiful. I have hunted for this, absolutely love it. It's the Trouville bag, and I really love the fact that it was in pretty good condition for the price point that I got it for. You can definitely tell from the signs of use on the handles here, but overall, it's in really good condition. The next bag is my Celine micro belt bag. I bought this back in 2020, and I did get it for a great price. I did buy this on the Real. I think I got this for $1,600, and this bag retails for over $2,000, so it was definitely a good price. This is not one that I wear a whole lot, but I really love her, and I love the color. Next is my Aspinall of London Mayfair bag. I bought this off of Mercari, and it came with all of the necessary details that would tell me that this bag is authentic. So it came with the little mirror that it comes with and all of the tags and everything. So I was definitely impressed with this purchase. It was a good price, and there really isn't any signs of wear on the hardware or anything like that. It's really beautiful. Next up is my Bottega Veneta mini pouch bag in the Intrecciato leather. This bag I bought on Poshmark, and I absolutely love her. However, Bottega doesn't seem to hold its value very well, so you can definitely find these on the pre-loved market for a lot less than retail. The next bag is the Louis Vuitton Neo Noe. This bag is such a great work bag. It really is a workhorse. I bought this on Tradesy, which no longer exists. It's actually now merged with Vestiaire Collective. So really love this bag, and I got this for $1,600. So that is definitely a steal, especially because the price increases with this bag are crazy. Next up is my Dior Lady bag in the denim. Absolutely love her. I believe this is vintage at this point. I just have a strap from Amazon on it that I think looks really cute. I bought this on Poshmark, and I'm so glad that I did. It's definitely a staple in my collection, although I don't grab for her a whole lot. The next bag is my Gucci Mini Ophidia bucket bag. I got this on the Real, and I had a ton of store credit, so I got this for a very affordable price. This is one of my favorite bags in my collection. I also have this Gucci Dionysus velvet bag. I purchased this off Tradesy as well, so I no longer know how much I spent on it, but I bought this for my birthday for myself. It's really beautiful. It's definitely a collector's piece. I just really don't grab for her a whole lot. This Dior mini Boston bag I bought from the Real. I searched for this bag forever, and I got this in a really immaculate condition. The Saint Laurent Sac de Jour in the size baby. I got this from Tradesy as well. I remember I did pay a little bit more than than I wanted to. I can't remember the exact price, but I definitely got it for under retail. It was in brand new condition and it really has held up over time. This is my Chanel chocolate bar bag. I bought her from The RealReal for $1,400. I think I bought this in 2021 or 2022. I do still see these on The RealReal quite a bit for around the same price that I bought them for, sometimes a little bit more, but I really just love the black patent leather with this soft silver hardware. The Fendi Mama baguette I bought on Poshmark, but it was through Rebag. So Rebag has an account and they sent me a discount offer that I just could not pass up on. So I grabbed her. This is wool and you can see the FF like embossed in the wool is absolutely so cute. Next bag is my Louis Vuitton Pochette Felicie. I bought this on eBay years ago and I got this when this bag was on Louis Vuitton's website for like $900 and I have not regretted it ever since. It came with the full set with 2 inserts in there as well. The next bag is the Louis Vuitton Clapton bag. They no longer make her and I bought this from Tradesy. This was in really good condition and I really love it. I cannot believe they discontinued this bag. Next is the Chanel Vanity. I recently picked this up from a luxury consignment shop near me. I am absolutely obsessed. I have not done a review on her, but I absolutely will. If you're interested, leave that in the comments down below. Next up is my Louis Vuitton Pochette Matisse. I got this from The RealReal last year. It definitely wasn't super affordable, but it was less than retail. I think I got it $400 or $500 off of retail. I love it. It has some signs of wear on the gold hardware, but other than that, it was in really perfect condition. So I miscounted. I actually have 24 bags instead of 23. This bag was kind of hiding. This I bought from Fashionphile in 2023, I think, and I got it significantly lower than retail. I just can't remember the price off the top of my head. It's in really good condition. I mean, the leather overall is really stunning, soft leather, and I just love this color. It's just a really like bright apple red. So now I'm going to get into the 7 bags that I wanted to talk about, why I bought them pre-loved, the deal that I got, and all of the tips that I will share with you. So firstly, if you're buying vintage, that is always a reason why people would buy pre-loved because they no longer make these bags anymore. I have 2 examples to share with you. Number 1 is my Fendi baguette. So this vintage Fendi baguette I bought on Poshmark and I got this for under $700. Today, there is no way that I would get this bag for under $700. I have not seen a Fendi baguette go for anything under $1,000 in a long time. And it's just become really, really difficult to get your hands on these, especially in this Celeria leather. So this is a gold leather. It has pebbled leather all the way throughout. It has this gorgeous mix of a bronze leather mixed with the gold, and then the strap is bronze mixed with gold. I absolutely love this bag. I love the way it looks on the shoulder. It's super easy to carry. It's a really great night out bag. Honestly, I still search for vintage baguettes and I try to find them for under $1,000. And I'm really looking for one that's vintage, maybe in the color blue, just something really cute and like summery. I also really love the Zuka print ones. I think they're stunning. So I really think that if you're looking for a vintage bag, the best tips that I can give you are to look at all of the different sites, compare the pricing, but I would highly recommend buying from a person seller. So what I mean by that is not going to The RealReal or Fashionphile. I mean using something like Poshmark or eBay because you're gonna get the best deal. People that are selling from their direct collections are looking to sell something. And that's for a lot of reasons, right? But I have found that you get the best discount when you go through the direct person. So the tip that I will give if you are using Poshmark or another kind of app like that, like eBay, always look at the seller information. So number 1 thing would be make sure that the seller has been a seller for longer than a year. And I say that because there are a lot of accounts that will just keep like creating accounts, getting caught for selling fakes, and then remaking accounts. I always look at sellers' history, how long they've been on, their feedback, how many stars they have, and I also look at the either country of origin or the state that they're coming from, just to get an idea of if they're reputable. So definitely I would recommend not buying from any seller that's only been on for a year or less than a year. I'll tell you, I have been subjected to purchasing a fake from Mercari and eBay. Those are two places that I do shop from, but with caution. And they're really good about getting your money back. For eBay, it was years ago, I bought a Gucci Marmont bag and it ended up being fake. And the reason I knew before I even got the bag was the seller just disappeared. So I couldn't find my tracking, I couldn't find anything. They took the money and basically ran and deleted the account. So when I got the bag, eBay gave me a full refund and I didn't have to ship it back because the seller was nowhere to be found. So those are things that you should keep in mind in that regard. The second vintage bag that I have to share with you is one of my newest bags in my collection. This is my Chanel vintage mini rectangular in the full single flap, and this is in black lambskin with 24 karat gold hardware. I have it with the beautiful chain strap. This is a 19-inch strap drop, which I absolutely love, and the condition is very good vintage condition. There's not really much corner wear. Hopefully you can see that. Everything looks really good. The leather still looks glossy, and I have been hunting for this bag for so long. So the tip that I want to share, I did get this from Poshmark, and I got this for under the current market value. So I got this for under $3,000. The current market value on this bag is anywhere between $3,000 to $4,500 for a vintage version. That is something that I would say you should take into consideration anytime you're purchasing a pre-loved bag. I am not a proponent of buying a bag pre-loved, or maybe it's somebody bought it and it's new and then they jack up the price. I think that that is just grimy, in my opinion. I think there's a difference between making a profit and taking advantage. For example, when the Coach denim quilted tabby was sold out, people were buying them and putting them on Poshmark for like $900, $1,000, and I would just never buy a bag at that high of an inflated point. So my recommendation to you is to look up the market value. Look at what the bags have sold for before you buy anything, because you do want to make sure that you're getting the best price. So for me, I got very lucky. I got this for under market value. It's in very good condition. I am really impressed. It has lost its kind of like puffiness over time, which I'm okay with. I was really looking for something with pristine hardware. The next tip I'll share is to make sure that you ask for more pictures. If there's not a picture of the interior, definitely don't buy it. If there's not a picture of the bottom, don't buy it. Like, I want to know if there's dirt. I want to know if there's scuffs. I want to be aware of what I'm actually buying. I have an insert in here so you can't see the actual like original interior, but it was in really good shape. The date code is inside, which was clearly pictured. That's another thing. So you do want to ask for more pictures so that you can see the date code on the inside of the bags. Most of the bags have the date code on the inside. So these are tips when you're buying from Poshmark, eBay, or anything else. Another reason why it's great to buy pre-loved is when you're looking for a bag that you may not necessarily want to buy directly from the fashion house or pay full price because you're not sure if you're going to actually like it, and maybe it is a newer bag and not vintage. So that is how I've always felt about Pollen bags. I never could justify the spend, and so all of my Pollen bags I've actually bought pre-loved. So the one that I want to share with you is the Pollen Numero 9 Mini. It is the number 9, not sure if I'm saying that right, but this bag is one that I was not sure that I was going to like, and I will say it's not one I grab for all the time, considering the convenience factor of getting in and out of it is a little bit difficult. However, it is my bag of the day today, so I really do love her, and I love the look of it, and I love the style. I am glad that I didn't pay full price for it. So the thing that I wanted to mention is there are a lot of replicas of Pollen bags, and it's really important, to me anyway, that I know what I'm buying and that I know what to look for when I'm trying to authenticate a bag myself. So I bought this through Poshmark, and I did get it for under the $500 cap, which is Poshmark will authenticate anything over $500. So I knew I was going to have to kind of authenticate this myself. So I'll tell you what I did. I made sure that I had a picture of the logo, which is here, so you can see. So you always want to look up like the branding from the website and make sure you match it to the photos. The other thing on these bags is the fake ones, the strap looks a little bit different. So it always has this kind of like crunched in, kind of like slouchy look. That's not authentic. That's another way to tell. Another way to tell, and this is a little bit more of a challenge, is the color of the leather will be inherently a little bit off. And lastly is the stitching and the little bits of branding. So when I'm talking about little bits of branding, on this little gold mark here, it says Polen around it. You want to make sure that all of the little details that the brand has are there before you purchase it. So those are some of the tips on how I would authenticate a Polen bag specifically. There are loads of other bags that I've had to kind of work through that as well, especially like things with date codes. You always want to look up the date code that's photographed, especially for Louis Vuitton. You can find all the information if you insert a date code. It's like on the internet, if you just search authenticate this date code, it'll come up for you and it'll tell you the month and year that the bag was made in. The next bag I want to share with you is one that Mulberry doesn't make anymore, and it's one of my favorite bags in my collection. I just have to share it with you because I think that you can find amazing pieces on the Preloved market that are kind of like the bags that you wanted at one point, but maybe you missed it and then they discontinued it. So this is the Mulberry Seton bag, and I just cannot believe they discontinued this. I got this on Poshmark for a little bit under the retail price. I would say Mulberry doesn't hold its value all that well. So like the selling points are definitely a lot lower than the retail. You're not going to make a profit off of a Mulberry bag, but their quality is so amazing, and they're a very beautiful luxury bag in my opinion. So the hardware is beautiful. Everything on this bag was beautiful. It has so many details that I just absolutely love. I will give this tip. If you're looking for a bag that no longer is sold by the retailer, you should Google the bag that you're looking for, go under shopping, and you'll be able to find all of the Preloved options. But this one is definitely one that I would recommend if you are looking for a Preloved bag and you're looking for a nice piece, a beautiful leather bag. This is one that I would highly recommend, and I recommend it a lot. So I know that it's been discontinued for a while, but it really is a beautiful bag that will definitely stand the test of time. I don't see this silhouette ever going out of style. It's definitely reminiscent of an Hermes Kelly. Keeping on the same trend with Mulberry, my next bag is also from Mulberry, but this next category of tips is when buying from websites like The RealReal, Fashionphile, and all of that. So this bag is my Mulberry the Little Softie. This is a newer bag, and when I bought this, it was last year, and the bag hadn't been out like that long for me to get it at such a great price. So I will say they've now gone on sale from Mulberry directly, and they've had huge discounts, which I really truly missed out on. But I bought this because when it launched on Mulberry's website, I looked at it and I thought, that's just too expensive. I love it, but it's not in my price range right now. So what I did, I set a search on The RealReal, and every day I would just check to see if a Mulberry the Little Softie came up. And one day, lo and behold, it did. And I got it for a pretty good discount. Okay, so I just went to look to see the retail price of the Mulberry Little Softie, and I think that they took it off the Mulberry website, which I'm actually shocked by, which means I now need to go search for another one if this means they're never making them again. But I think that I got this bag $500 or $600 off of retail at the time. And that was a score for me because I wanted this bag so badly, but I just didn't want to buy it at the full price. So that's another really great reason why you could buy Preloved. So the places like The RealReal and Fashionphile always seem to get things, even when they're new. Fashionphile is owned by the same owner as Neiman Marcus, so they always have a lot of selection, in my opinion, just based on what I've seen. I always recommend to look at the description of what it says for the condition. However, sometimes that can be a little bit misconstrued because it doesn't give exact details. It'll say like very good, wear on the exterior, mark on the inside, and you don't actually know what they're talking about until you see the bag or see it in pictures. So that's something that I would say to just be wary of. Another great example of this is my Fendi baguette. So this is the newer version. I believe I bought this bag in 2021, and I think it's the 2019 edition. This bag is one that I have wanted for so long. However, The price was definitely very steep for me, and I was not willing to pay full price. So this was one that I searched for literally every day on the RealReal and finally found it. They did have it mismarked, so they wrote this out as the large baguette, and it was actually the medium, thank goodness, because I wanted the medium. However, the measurements were the correct measurements to the medium, but it said large. So that is definitely a discrepancy you should look out for. And I believe I got this for $1,600. This bag retails for well over $2,000. It may even be in the threes at this point. I'm not entirely sure. And then last but certainly not least, I wanted to share with you one of my favorite bags in my collection. This is my Chanel, the Twist Lock, CC Twist Lock bag. This is the medium single flap in beautiful lambskin. This was just a rare find that I just stumbled upon at the RealReal in store in New York City, and then I ended up buying it online. I kept watching it, and they finally discounted it. The other tip I'll give is always look for discount codes, always use Rakuten to get cash back on these places. The RealReal typically gives like 1.5% cash back, which is not huge, but a lot of the times they will do a discount code for 20% off, which is the code REAL. This one was marked down about 30%, so I kept watching it go down and down and down, and finally I just got it, and I'm so happy that I did. So I absolutely love this bag. What was great about this purchase was that I was able to see it, touch it, feel it in person at the store before I actually bought it, so I was able to really authenticate myself and get an idea of what I was actually buying before I purchased it. And I'll say the photo of this bag on the RealReal's website did not do this bag justice. You would have thought the whole center was silver. I understand it's probably hard to tell. It's like a silver coin with a gold CC turn lock. And then the chain straps are silver and gold mixed. And I just don't think the photos did it justice on the website. The last tip that I will give is just to ensure when you're looking at a bag, the stitching is really important. On Chanel's bags, they have a certain amount of like diamond quilts across the center. So that's something you should look into. But also there was a time where I accidentally bought a fake off of Mercari and I was charged full price, totally thought it was real based on the photos. I didn't get a picture of the sides. So the sides on the YSL bag have stitching all the way down, and the stitching when I got the bag did not line up, like the two sides were not a perfect V on each side, and that was how I knew it wasn't real. So that is a huge tell when you are looking at pre-loved bags. Just make sure the stitching lines up. If anything looks off, always look at the original true photos from the website if you can. So that is going to conclude this video of my entire pre-loved luxury collection. If you're still here with me, thank you so much for being here. I am so grateful for the time that you spend watching these videos. If you have any questions about any of these bags, I would be happy to answer those for you in the comments down below. If you just wanted to chat about buying pre-loved bags, your experience, or any questions about anything that I've went over today, I would be happy to chat with you below. Don't forget to subscribe for more content like this in the future. Thank you so much again for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video.